These 4 books come from our Muddle and Match series, which is super popular and super fun for kids. These are great for young toddlers up to preschoolers and even some kindergartners. These are really going to help with reading skills, language skills, vocabulary. They are $8.99. They are designed like a board book. They have flip-flaps that the child can interact with and change the different characters in the story. There are 7 of them in the series, and I brought out for you Jungle Animals, Adventure, Jobs, and Fairy Tales, which is the newest. I'm going to use the Adventure one. So as you can see, this makes use of alliteration, which means every letter of each word used in the story is exactly the same. So each character has its own story. So Pete the Plucky Pirate, and he has his story, and it's all told with P sounds. Pete the Plucky Pirate pleads with Percy, his peculiar parrot, to prepare to paddle the Pacific. And when they change the flaps, they can change his body and his legs and have a totally different story. And now, because the knight has all N sounds, and the cowboy has all C sounds, you have Pete the Plucky Pirate knows he will need to be nimble to catch the cunning criminal. Now, it makes the story really silly. The character is really silly because he's got a pirate head, a knight's body, and a cowboy's legs. And then you can ask the child questions like, which words do you think start with P, or where do you hear a P sound versus where do you hear a N sound, where do you hear a C sound. So this is really great for building language skills and vocabulary because it's using very descriptive adjectives. So you have words like nimble, cunning, plucky, peculiar. These are all really great vocabulary building books. And they're also learning about the different phonics sounds. So this is great for speech too. Then when the child starts to read, it's also a good way to help them practice because you have the beginning sounds, r, for R, and they're practicing their different letters. And you might even want to ask them, could you flip to a character that starts with C? Could you flip to a character that starts with P? And that's a really great way for them to learn. So like I said, we have 7 in the series. We have jobs. So this is going to be all different kinds of careers. Here you have a plumber. He kind of looks like Mario. A teacher. So it's going to be all different kinds of jobs. Both genders are represented here. The scientist is a girl. That's pretty cool. In the fairy tales, it's all your famous fairy tale characters. So here, this is the Big Bad Wolf, obviously Little Red Riding Hood. Puss in Boots is here. Goldilocks. Jack and the Beanstalk is next. So lots of famous fairy tale characters. The adventure is going to be themed different kinds of cowboys, space cadets, a knight, a race car driver, a robot. Jungle animals, pretty self-explanatory. Monkey, parrot, alligator. There are 3 other books in this series that I did not feature in this video. They are the Muddle and Match Imagine, which is going to be female imaginary characters like a mermaid, a fairy, princess, a cowgirl. There's also Muddle and Match Sports, which is going to be all different athletes and sports figures. And there's also Muddle and Match Monsters, which is going to be all different kinds of made-up monsters. That one's really great for Halloween. These are all available for $8.99 a piece to be bought individually or as a set of 7 for $51.99.